Now in this video, we'll be looking at conversion from base 10 to other bases. That means we are still in number bases. In our last video, we looked at converting from other bases to base 10. Now, how do we return back to that other base? That means converting from base 10 to other bases. Now, these were the solutions to all the questions we got. We converted a particular value in base 2 to base 10 and we got 11. Similarly, down to this particular part. Now, I want to convert back to those base that we use in getting the values in base 10, and let's check if our answer will be correct. Now, in converting from base 10 to other bases, what we normally do is continuous division. We divide continuously till we cannot divide anymore. That means when the number becomes 0, and we simply calculate the remainder, or we use the remainder to get the answer. So let's use these examples to solve. Let's use this to solve questions, and when we are done, you realize that it's actually simple to convert from base 10 to other bases. Now, first question, we have 11 base 10 to base 2. So I can write here 11 base 10 to base 2. We do continuous division by the base we are converting to, and we are converting to base 2. So we'll put our 11 here, then we'll put our 2. Now let's start dividing. 2 into 11 is 5. 2 will go into 11 5 times with a remainder of 1. Then 2 will go into 5 2 times with a remainder of 1. 2 will go into 2 once without a remainder, so remainder is 0. And lastly, 2 cannot go into 1. So I can say 2 will go into 1 0 times. I will still have a remainder of what? 1. That means 2 cannot go into 1. That 1 will still be a remainder. Now there's nothing we can do anymore because this guy is already 0. Now how do we read? We read from the bottom to the top. So this will give us 1 0 1 1 base 2. So 11 in base 10 is simply 1 0 1 1 in base 2. And if you have watched the previous video, you will remember that we converted 1 0 1 1 in base 2 to base 10 and we got 11. Over to the next question, 225 base 10 to base 4. 225 to base 4. So we have a 4 here. Now let's divide. 4 will go into 22 5 times. 4 times 5 is 20. We have 5 remainder 2. Then 4 will go into 25. That remainder 2, I can add it here. 4 will go into 25 6 times. That is 24. 4 will go into 25 6 times with a remainder of 1. So 4 will go into 225 56 times with a remainder of 1. Then we divide with 4 again. 4 into 5 is 1 with a remainder of 1. 4 into 16 is 4 with a remainder of 0. So we have a remainder of 0 here. 4 into 14 is 3, which is 12 with a remainder of 2. Then 4 into 3 is 0 with a remainder of 3. And how do we read? From bottom to top. So we have 3201. So the answer is 3201 in base 4. 3201 in base 4. Next question, we have 573 to base 12. 573 to base 12. So I can write that here, 573. Then I'll put a 12 here. Now, let's divide. 12 will go into 57 4 times, which is 48. 12 will go into 57 4 times, which is 48. So I can say 57 times 48. That should give us 9. So I have a remainder of 9. 12 will go into 93. 12 will go into 93. Now let's start checking how many times 12 will go into 93. 12 times 5 is 60. 12 times 5 is 60. 12 times 6 should give us 72. 12 times 7 should give us 84. 12 times 8 should give us 96. So 12 will go into 93 7 times. 7 times, which is 84. And we have a remainder of 11. So I'll put remainder 11. And remember, we don't represent 11 when we are dealing with number base. So I'll have to change that guy to an alphabet. 11 is simply what? B. 11 is simply B. Okay, let's check again. I say 12 will go into 93 7 times. Sorry, I have a remainder of 9. a remainder of 9. So this guy is a remainder of 9. So that was an error on my part. So we'll go again. 12 into 47. 12 will go into 47 3 times, which is 36. I will have a remainder of 11. Now I can't put 11 there. So this should give us what? B. B, where B is representing 11. Lastly, 12 will go into 3 0 times with a remainder of what? 3. So I'll read from bottom to top. So this should give us 3B9 in base 12. So 573 in base 10 is simply 3B9 in base 12. And I believe that was this was what we solved to get 573 in our previous video. Now let's move on to the next question. 11.625 to base 2. Now, in order to solve this, we are going to solve the whole number part separately from the fractional part. So for the whole number part, 11, I think we've done this already. This is 5 remainder 1. This is 2 remainder 1. And this is 1 remainder 0. This is 0 remainder 1, which is 1011 base 2. Now, from the fractional part, we do what we call continuous multiplication. So just listen attentively and follow the step we use under continuous multiplication. So I'll bring this guy. The fractional part here is 0.625. The whole number part is 11. So I have a 0.625 multiplied by 2. We are multiplying by 2 because we are converting to base 2. So let's solve together. 2 times 5 is 10. Put down 0, carry 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 6 is 12. Put down 2, carry 1. So I have a point of 1. So I'm after this value. So the value that I'm getting here is 1. That's what I'm after. But still, I still have to do continuous multiplication because this fractional part is still giving me 0.250. I'm going to keep on multiplying till this fractional part is 0, 0, 0. In cases where it will never give you 0, 0, 0, we now have to approximate, but it is obvious that if I keep multiplying by 2, at one particular point, I will have a 0, 0, 0. So I'll keep this one. I'll move on with my fractional part. So what's my fractional part here? Is simply 0.25. Or you can also call it 0.250. But by now, I think you should know that 0.250 and 0.25 are actually the same thing. So let's multiply 0.25 by 2 for the second time. 2 times 5, 10, carry 1. 2 times 2, 4, plus 1, 5. Now, what do I have here? 0. So this is what I'm after. I'm going to keep this guy. So firstly, when I multiply, the whole number part was 1. Now, when I multiply, the whole number part is 0. So I have a 1 and I have a 0. Still, I still have business with the fractional part. So what is the fractional part? The fractional part is still 0.50. I'll multiply by 2 again. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. Put down 0, carry 1. 2 times 0 is 0. Plus this one is 1. So I have a 0.1. And I have business with this whole number part. So the business I have is, or the numbers that I need are the whole number part, which is 1, 0, and 1. Do I need to keep multiplying? No, because my fractional part is now 0. I say you keep multiplying till your fractional part is no longer 0. So since this is now 0, so I'll leave this guy as 0. So this is 1. So we have 1, 0, 1. So my answer here is simply 1011.101. In this case, we read from top to bottom. Now the last question is 213.75. 213.75 base 10. Now I can say let's convert 213 to base 8. 8 into 21 is 2. That is 16. Remainder 5. 8 into 53 is 6, which is 48. Remainder, you have 53 minus 48. That should give us 5. So I have a remainder of 5. Then we'll go again. 8 into 26. This is simply 3, which is 24 remainder 2. Then 8 into this is 0 remainder what? 3. So I have a 325 base 8 for the whole number part. 325 base 8 for the whole number part. Now for the fractional part, I have a 0.75 multiplied by 8. 0.75 multiplied by 8. Remember continuous multiplication till you get to 0 or till you get to 0.00. So 8 times 5 is 40, put down 0, carry 4. 8 times 7 is 56. 56 plus 4 is 60, put down 0, carry 6. 8 times 0 is 0, plus 6, you have what? 6. Now this fractional part is 0, so we are done. So this is the part we need, which is the whole number part. My final answer will be 325.6 in base 8. So as you can see, the values we got when we converted from a particular base to base 10 are the values, or when we converted back to the original values, we are getting exactly the same answer. So that is all for conversion from base 10 to other base. In our next video, we'll be looking at how we convert from a base to another base. That means from base 2 to base 8, from base 7 to base 3, from base 6 to base 5. So that's what we'll be looking at in our next video. Thanks for watching this video. Kindly like this video if you find it to be informative. Also share with your friends and subscribe to this channel. Then if you think there's anything that was not solved correctly, you can put that in the comment section. And if you have any question, also put that in the comment section. Thanks for watching once more. See you guys in our next video.